Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the High Moving Podcast. Let's get straight to it, man. Look, we got another thriller, another close game, right? This time around, it's a little different. Most of this game, the Minnesota Timberwolves was in dominant control, right? And, you know, something told me just hold off just a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's coming, right? Kyrie, slow start. He started cooking in the fourth quarter. I believe he had 10, 12 points, or 1 point in the fourth quarter. He had 10 points. Free throws, the Mavericks were missing free throws in the fourth. That could have done them in, but they hung on. And Luka, I mean, look, man, this it's his time. You know, not his best game in terms of field goal percentage wise. Well, actually, you know, slightly under 50%, right? So I mean, 32 points plus 6. You know, Luka has a triple double, so I take that back. Okay, he was struggling a little bit in this game. He was struggling in the fourth quarter, but he hit the shot of shots to go up 2-0. Anthony Edwards, man, look, I know people are making the Jordan comparisons. He's had Jordan-like performances here and there in the playoffs. When this series started, I knew this was going to be a challenge for Anthony Edwards, right? My last vid after game 1, I said, look, Anthony Edwards is going to have to dig deep, right? He is really, I mean, it's a tall task to ask a 22-year-old to lead this team to an NBA Finals, even though, look, at 22, we should ignore age. You're here, you're at this point right now. You gotta take this moment. You gotta take this chance and seize the opportunity. But I just think that Dallas was gonna win this series is gonna win this series in 7. But the reasoning for it is because they have 2 closers in Kyrie and Luka Doncic, right? For the Minnesota Timberwolves, they really don't have a closer except Anthony Edwards, who's 22 years old, who's young, right? A lot of pressure on him. You know, it's a tall task to ask. You know, Kyrie, everybody knows Kyrie's bag, seasoned guard as they come in the NBA, right? Luka Doncic, one of the best closers in the game, right? All NBA, he continues to validate it. And like I said in my last vid, the winner of this series is winning the championship, right? And I picked Dallas Mavericks. So this was a nail biter, right? Naz Reid was huge for the Timberwolves, keeping them in the game. He played phenomenal, right? You saw something where Karl-Anthony Towns was struggling, and they found something in the lineup, and they kept Naz Reid in the game, which was smart of them to do. You know, Kyrie, what can you say about Kyrie, man? I mean, turning it up, he kept them in the way Kyrie was in the fourth to keep the Mavs in striking distance was how he was in the first half of game 1 when Luka wasn't having it going and Kyrie was really the only offensive threat. Also too, Lively, the bigs for Dallas collective effort, but Lively, right? I mean, the way they playing with guards with Luka and Kyrie, especially with Kyrie, you know you have a chance. When Kyrie attacks the rim, there's a chance that they're going to get lobs and rebounds nonstop, and that was the case tonight. I don't know what the point paint total was, but it seemed like the Mavs dominating the paint. Man, what a performance from the Dallas Mavericks. What's shocking about this game, what's shocking at this point is that the fact that they're up 2-0, right? So my prediction of a 7-game series is in jeopardy, right? Still have Mavs winning this series, but now we are in sweep territory. Okay, now I don't want to be fooled like we were last series when the Minnesota Timberwolves went on the road and stole 2 games from Denver. However, the Denver Nuggets, defending champs, you know, they weren't going to go out like that. Where has the Minnesota Timberwolves been? They haven't been anywhere as of recent, right? Okay, it's been 20 years since they've been to a Western Conference Finals. There's no championship experience on that team. Okay, so and now you're relying on a young 22-year-old to help lead this Wolves team to Dallas and not go down, not get swept and try to come out of that at best being down 3-1. Okay, now they're cooking. Now the Mavs get to go home, right? I mean, why would they put their foot off the gas? You know, I mean, what an excellent game plan from Jason. Jason Kidd has been a great coach, man. What he's been able to do with this lineup, they were okay in the regular season, right? It seemed like there was still Kyrie and Luka were still trying to figure out, and then they just started cooking. They got hot towards the end of the season, as you want them to, becoming one of the better top 5 teams defensively. And I gotta give credit to Paul Pierce, right? He said it on Undisputed today, right? He said he really believed that Dallas was gonna go up 2-0. I was like, he likes Dallas winning the series too, but I was just like 2-0, that's tough against a Wolves team, man. And they did it, man. Luka, man, he gave a Jordan performance, and I will say this, right? I know Jason Kidd has said, Luka at this point in career reminds of Jordan at this point in career, and you're starting to see Luka really string together an impressive resume, man. What a game this was for Luka. This is an icon. This is the type of moment star players gotta have in the playoffs, right? In these championship rounds, these are the key moments that you gotta have, and Luka's had quite a few of these already in these playoffs, in the last series and in this series, right? Absolutely incredible what Luka Doncic is doing, and he sees it. The Mavericks and Luka, they smell blood in the water as a chance to get to the NBA Finals and win the championship. I mean, what better opportunity when they're playing like this? Everybody is clicking. PJ Washington and then they won this game without PJ Washington hitting a single 3-pointer. He's gonna heat up. He's probably gonna play better at home. Man, the Wolves are in major trouble early this point, to my surprise. I thought at best 1-1. That is not the case. Crazy series we got going on. Y'all let me know your thoughts about this wild game. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Appreciate it a lot. I'm out.